Welcome to Two Touch.
Two Touch.
Yeah, Two Touch.
Two Touch podcast.
Yeah, we'll have a conversation about, well, if you know what Two Touch is. I mean, I think it's in the name, football.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you just join in and welcome, first things first, please do like, comment and subscribe. And first things first, how's things, bro?
Things are good. Obviously, first day back in work today after the weekend. You know how it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, just finished the gym, first session of the week. So yeah, we're good. And plus, I watched United last night. So
Man,
yeah,
I'm
we'll get
watching
onto
Liverpool
that.
right
But
now.
yeah, how are things with you, man?
No, man, I can't complain, like you said. But it is Monday blues anyway,
Yeah,
at the start of the week.
Of course.
Just look forward and then we move.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the transfer window is quite exciting.
It's exciting.
For me, it's kind of keeping me like, let's what's going on there. Let's see. Every time you refresh, it's like, yo, just waiting for the here we go.
I hear it.
Nah, man. So yeah, can't complain. But yeah, let's go. What do we go into today? Where should we start? Because essentially, I guess we're going to be looking closely at the top six.
Yeah, top six. So essentially, we're going to get into the top six, obviously discuss what's what for this season, expectations, who's going to do well, who's not. And obviously we're going to focus on our teams as well, the best team in the world. Yeah,
I'm not even rapping my own, but I just like the top though. I mean, I think this top is still fly.
You know what?
It's still
that's
fly.
a dope top.
It's still a nice top.
Yeah, but we're just going to get into it. Top six, your team, my team.
Yeah,
and then
I guess even the transfer window.
Transfer window as well.
Still open. But yeah, all right, let's go. What are you thinking?
So in terms of what I'm thinking, obviously we'll start with Liverpool. You've made signings this summer, so
yeah.
Obviously, in terms of the signings, I just want your thoughts on it because obviously I've got my thoughts on mine, and you already know.
I'll share my thoughts. I think we needed this. Like just as a club, I think we needed it, and also outside of football, I think we needed the feel good within the club.
Yeah,
exactly, and then putting that aside because we can't ignore it. But then if you put it aside, like, you know what, Slot, our manager, kind of deserves it too in the grand scheme of things. And then on the other front, it's like on the football now, on the pitch, it's like, you know what, our forward line needed it too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's where I'm sitting, and there's. Like we can go into detail in terms of the players, the fees. That's a different ball game. But on the pitch, we needed it.
Yeah.
Because go on.
So obviously, like for me, Liverpool, lived there, been there. I've seen the success over the past couple of years. But for me, based on what you did last year, which I think I have to give you props in it.
Yeah.
Arnie Slot came in, didn't say much, and just did his thing.
Yeah.
And obviously you won the league. But in terms of what you're saying, in terms of what you needed it, I felt like you needed a refresh because once you're on top, you need to maintain the momentum going into next season because you're the big fish now and everyone's looking.
Yeah. Nah, it's different because we don't typically just like reinforce when we're on top. We typically let it ride out and then reinforce. But we needed it. But like when I'm looking at the forward line, I mean, everyone knows Nunes. Nunes is dope. Like, I mean, I like the dude. However, on the pitch, it's not paying back. So if you think about it, like based on the signings, I mean, we can go into the signings in a bit.
Yeah.
But if I was to say increase Nunes' conversion rate by 10 to 20%, we're flying.
Yeah.
In terms of like now when you're looking at who actually came in. Diaz was dope. And I can't fault Diaz for anything except for he only lacks, it's not even, I wouldn't say he lacks end product, but he just lacks the finishing touch, if that makes sense. The final two touches are just missing, but everything else.
But the thing is, for me, going back, let me start with Nunes, sorry.
Go on.
In terms of Nunes, for me, it's a case of the lack of composure in the final third. That's what's killing him. If you look at a player, he's built for the Premier League. He's got pace, he works hard, he's aggressive, so everything's there. But I don't know what it is mentally, but he just cannot finish. It's a composure.
It's a composure.
And obviously, I related it to Sterling when Sterling was at Liverpool before he moved to City. Even at start of his
because his
career at City.
He wasn't a finisher.
But in terms of that, Pep basically took him under his wing and he was like, yo, you need to fix up. But if you look at a lot of Sterling's goals, there were a lot of tap-ins as well. So
I agree, but at the same time, I think our managers, including Klopp, we gave him that time.
They've tried.
Like, because he's been at the club for about 3 years, give or take.
Yeah, going on to 3 years now, yeah.
So, I mean, and also even for his own peace of mind, because if like, for me anyway, it's like, yo, I know that, well, I'd say maybe 80 to 90% chance he's gonna pop wherever he goes. Yeah. He's gonna kill it because they're not ready.
It's a sticky one.
However, for us, it's just not working out. It's just not clicking.
It's that last bit. But for me, it's like the Premier League's a different kettle of fish. Obviously, when he was at Benfica, I was excited. He was available in transfer. I was like, why is United not doing the deal? Because I seen him play against you guys first time round, and I think he scored in that game. So I was like, yo, this guy might be a real deal. But since he's come to Liverpool, it's been like he'll have 1 or 2 good games, but a striker is judged by how many goals they score. Yeah,
and the peak thing for Nunes is that he gets the opportunities. Like it would be a different story if it was like, you know what, his all-round game is sick. He just doesn't get the opportunities. Yeah. It's like, or maybe we can try maybe in attacking midfield or behind the striker. But it's the fact that he's there. He's there for the last touch. It's just the touch isn't what we need. So, like, I guess ultimately we needed to work on our attack, and we haven't necessarily replaced the likes of Bobby Firmino and Sadio Mane. Like,
but do you not think that's down to obviously the guy who's playing on the right, Mo Salah? He's taking a lot of the burden on himself to obviously be that guy who scores all the goals for you. And obviously you bought Ekitike from Frankfurt as well. With Ekitike, it's like me personally, I don't know what we're gonna get. A lot of people have been saying that he's this, he's that. Is he better than Nunes? Because at PSG didn't do not much.
No, but then no, that's a bit unfair to say at PSG didn't do that much. Who was in front of him at PSG? It was Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar.
But he was supposed to be like the next big French prospect coming up.
Yeah, he can be that. However, if there's those 3 egos, not even just like maybe players, but those 3 egos in front of you, some people's gonna just like make them shy away. Because remember, it's not even like he came through the PSG system. They bought him as the next big thing. Like, I mean, like for me, it's like, yo, too much pressure for a kid because he's only 22. So you telling me at the time he was only 18, 19. He's looking at Mbappe, who's thinking, I'm getting a Ballon d'Or, I want to get a Ballon d'Or. He's looking at Neymar, another dude that's just an alien on his own. And then there's Messi. What do you want from the kid? And also, I don't think, personality-wise, so right now this is speculation, but I don't think like certain players like that can be overly conducive for the younger players.
Right, okay. I hear it.
Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, even mentally, because they might make them shy away. Because if
you don't want to overstep your mark.
Yes. And most of those teams, especially at the time, it's like, yo, they typically play to feed for those players to excel.
Right. And based on what I've just seen in terms of Ekitike, he looks like he's got the same build.
He's got the physique.
Yeah. But what worries me, the difference between him and Isaac, I don't know, he played for several teams in several different countries.
Isaac got seasoned.
Yeah, he got seasoned before.
Like outside, it wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy. So he went, I remember Isaac was at Dortmund and he went to Sociedad. So Isaac's been...
He had to earn it.
Yeah, but Ekitike went from PSG to Frankfurt. He had that good season last season for Frankfurt. And obviously he's making a big step up. This ain't like... You go to a Tottenham and then you get sold to Liverpool, but you're going to the champions.
Yes, so but see, like this is where pressure. Once again, I 100% agree with you in the pressure. But this is where ultimately it's like, I think now this is the psychological side of it. I think the spell in Frankfurt was good for him because it made him. And to be fair, I actually rate the drive for him to like, you know what,
it's not working.
PSG is not working for me. I'm gonna go. I don't care if I'm at Frankfurt. I know like it ain't PSG in terms of how luxurious it could be. However, I don't mind going in the mud and earning my stripes. Yeah. And actually, I rate the kid for wanting to earn his stripes. Of course. So to me, that's such as, he's got drive, he's got heart. So watching him play all the highlights that I've seen, he can press, he can do this, he can do that. He might not. He's not an Isak. Isak is 4 years his senior. Yeah. Of course. So I cannot expect him to be anywhere near Isak.
With that being said...
No, wait,
yeah.
let me land.
Land.
Okay, but at the same time, all we need from him is to give us 10% more than what Nunes gave us. Because Nunes got maybe it wasn't double digits in the league.
No.
All Ekitike has to do is reach the double digits for us.
Right,
because I know we're saying, Salah carried us. But then if you look at the opportunities that the rest of the team actually missed.
Right. Including Nunes.
Including Nunes. I mean, including Diaz. Like I said, it's not disrespect. And
we'll come back to Diaz.
Yeah.
We'll come back to...
So, for me, for Ekitike, and to be fair, in another note, or maybe on another perspective, for me, I can see Ekitike as someone who's replacing Ugarte.
Right, okay. Yeah, when you put
as the understudy to come through.
Okay. My thing was going to be obviously you got Ekitike now, with the whole speculation of obviously Isak coming in. As a young player, obviously, you've come into a new club. I don't know how it was sold to him, whether he's going to be the main man or he's going to be rotational. But you're hearing that speculation that Isak might be coming in. Does that not kind of affect him in a way? Or could it be okay, I've got a season to bed in and let this guy take the pressure off me because he's going to be the main man and I can just do my thing.
So I would say maybe the easy sell is if you look at how we play, we rotate our players, and also the players that don't get rotated are the players that have earned it.
Right.
So in terms of minutes, I don't think minutes are a problem for him, and it's a Premier League. And also remember, there's 4 competitions.
Yeah, of course.
Unlike other European teams. I mean, countries.
It's a long season. It's a long season.
So and also if we get Isak, in my opinion, if we can get the rumors that we're looking at, I'm going to make a huge statement here. But in my brain, I think we want it all.
You win it all?
We want it. That's the goal, to win everything.
That's a brave statement. For me, it could either go one way or the other. Yeah. You could do what you expect to do in terms of you win the majority of the trophies. It could really go the other way in terms of you bought all these players, they're struggling to gel. It could have a negative impact on the team. So it's one or the other for me.
Here's the thing. Now, I know this is another part.
Can I give you an example before you start?
Go on.
Real Madrid won the Champions League, okay, and they went out and bought Mbappe. I know it's one player compared to what you guys have bought, but that one player, they thought, okay, cool, we've got Mbappe, but since they bought Mbappe, some people are saying it's really unsettled the balance of the team. But could it be the same for you guys as well? Because for me, in terms of some of the players that you've got there, obviously Diaz, I rate Diaz. Let me just touch on Diaz. Diaz was a very, very, still is a very good player. But when he did his ACL, I kind of felt like he wasn't the same. He lost a little something.
And to be injuries do that.
Yeah, but going back to the point, in terms of you guys buying all these players, for me it's a case of could it go the other way in terms of unbalancing, not just the balance of the team, but the harmony of the team as well?
Okay. Now, I will say I don't think, and I highly doubt it would actually get to that. I highly doubt that for several reasons. One of which, without being corny, but I'm not even going to say what I was going to say. I'm just going to reword it. But then, the reason why I doubt that would happen is Madrid, you can argue that they were also buying into the name of Mbappe.
Okay.
This was before they looked at what's needed or who's in the team.
Right.
Because we know Madrid already have Vinicius. And if they buy Mbappe, that's another left winger.
Right.
So now it's a conversation of who's the main man.
So egos.
Yes, I'm not saying the egotistical is players, but I'm just saying if you see someone, okay, this dude, I know he's one of the, dude, I'm competing with you directly in rival with you for that Ballon d'Or since Ronaldo and Messi are not here.
Yeah.
Now you're competing on the same position.
I hear it.
In the same club.
Yeah.
So that's Madrid. So that's likely to happen. Now, if you look at Liverpool, no one came in to step on anyone's toes.
Yeah.
The only one people can make an argument for is Ekitike. But at the same time, you can argue that Slot could play a 4-4-2 or a 4 at the back with 2 attacking midfielders and 2 sitters.
Right.
So there's various ways he could sort of move around that. But ultimately, Ekitike doesn't. And also, you got to remember that Ekitike is coming from a different league.
Right.
It could also be, you know what? Take your time.
Take your time to settle.
To settle.
Right.
You're young, you're 22.
Yeah.
Like, and also another plus for us, which is why I doubt it's going to happen. Our spine is very it's comfortable. Our spine is solid, which is actually the complete opposite of your team.
Right.
I feel like your team doesn't have a spine.
When you say my team,
I'm referring to United because it's funny.
We'll come back to that.
I know, but it's just an example of that's where, because you're missing a spine, that's where there might be issues. Right. However, for us, I feel like the spine is there. The leaders are there, and majority of our players are actually captains for their national teams.
Right.
So it's going to keep everyone level-headed, or more likely to.
And this is why I say United are bigger than Liverpool. Because the same pressure that you have at Liverpool, you don't have that at United. So switching conversations onto United, brother, I'll be honest with you, if I was to say our season could go either way, we could be very good this season, 1 game a week, he's got time on the training ground, or it could just be a repeat of what we did last season. But obviously I don't think we'll finish as low as 15th. But it could be another season where we struggle because obviously players are still getting used to the system. But for me, we've bought okay. Yeah,
I was going to ask you, like, thoughts on the window. Do you actually, if you've bought okay, do you need a striker? Do you need to be looking at a striker? Or?
So, for me, it came down to speculations they've been saying, obviously Hjolund's going to stay. So just to touch upon Hjolund, in terms of Hjolund, he's had his time. As ruthless as it sounds, he's young, but he's had his time.
Yeah.
In terms of when I see him play, for me, there's nothing there in terms of I can be like, you know what, let's give him more time to work on it because he can't hold the ball.
Do you think, to be fair, I feel like he's worse than Nunes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He can't hold the ball. In terms of his runs, sometimes I just don't understand some of the runs that he makes. And in terms of his penalty area ability, sometimes it's the player's fault for not passing it to him, but sometimes is he in the right position to be passed to? Okay.
Do you think he can improve on that? Because he is still young. I mean, we were just talking about Ekitike being 22.
The biggest problem was for us, or for United anyway, was to make him the main man that soon. So obviously you're talking about Ekitike saying he's 22. If he signed Isaac, he's got a bedding in period. Hjolund never had a bedding in period, and that's a mistake from United. So he's obviously been put in there straight away, thrown in the dungeon, and with him being thrown in the lion's den, it's like, okay, cool. I think he arrived at age 20. They was like, yo, you do your thing. You're coming to the Premier League, biggest team in the world.
But was he somewhere in Italy before?
He was in Italy, but this is what I'll say. Italy, in terms of the way Italian football is compared to the Premier League, this is why I don't trust people signing Italian strikers, because...
But then there's been some bad man Italian strikers.
There's been some bad man, but have they come to the Premier League and chopped it up like that? Balotelli...
Yeah.
But in terms of going back to Hjolund, for me, it's a case of he should never have been the main striker for Manchester United.
He should have been an understudy.
He should have been an understudy, and should have gave him time to develop, learn off someone. Because, bro, I remember at some point, we used to have 4 strikers, bro. We used to have 4 strikers. So if one player, we had Van Nistelrooy at some point, Saha, Rooney. So when we
that was Rooney, a position you didn't struggle with for
we
years.
Didn't struggle. We had Rooney, we brought in Rooney, but obviously Van Nistelrooy was still there.
I mean, even Ibra
as well. So it's just like, for me, it's a case of the mismanagement in the transfer window has been crazy. And in terms of us needing a striker, just to answer your question, for me, it's like, yes, we need a striker, but in terms of we being linked to Sesko, for me, it's like he's a similar, not in terms of how they play,
another
but it's a understudy type of player.
Yeah, not someone who's comfortable in his shoes.
Yeah, who's young. coming from a different league. His numbers have not been up there like that as well. So is it better to go for Ollie Watkins?
I would say yes, or even like you could even look at Matata. You could even look at the reason why I'm saying those players is because you can argue they've got maybe 3-4 years ahead of them. So, but one thing is you can rely on them to a certain extent, meaning they can give you 10 to 15 goals. And if there's to be fair, that's if you're strapped for cash. Otherwise, there's other players to go for.
The thing is, I think United, we're a business. End of the day, we're a business.
Yep.
So we're looking at the sell-on value sometimes. This is why I feel like we're not going for Ollie Watkins, because I think he's 29 now. So 29, how many seasons are you going to get? Because he could get an injury, so...
United's confusing, right? Because if that was the approach, why was that not the approach when they signed the likes of Casemiro? And I can argue even Ugarte, how old is he? I don't think...
Ugarte, I think he's 26, 25, so he's still got...
Oh, really? I thought he was
young.
I thought he was like 28. Okay, fair.
But in terms of United strategy, in terms of the players, I know Carragher mentioned it when we signed Casemiro. I think we signed him for like 70 million. Yeah. And the contract that we gave him at his age, if you look at the way he used to play at Real Madrid, he used to have people who, Modric one side, Kroos the next side.
Yeah, passes alongside him. And he's just...
Yeah, he just destroys.
Things up,
yeah. But United, he's more exposed, and we've seen that last season especially. Yeah. So... in terms of the strategy for the transfer window, we need to look at a blend of experience plus a blend of
basically that's basically what's happening. Yeah, I agree with that.
Ollie Watkins, I think it depends. We might be getting we might be taking the piss out of. Sorry, but Aston Villa might be trying to milk us like 60 million or 40 million, 50 million for Ollie Watkins. If it's 40 million, cool. But...
well, how old is he? Like
29.
29?
Yeah.
And arguably he's got
3-4
years ahead of him.
But like I said, we're a business and we want, in terms of a sell-on value, we haven't got that with him in 3 or 4 years. So I kind of see the other side as well with Sesko. Get him 1 game a week, a lot of time on the training ground. Let's see him grow. So
you're not confusing, man. Because if you're thinking about sell-on value, then you should have sold Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, trust me.
Because then it's not like his sell-on value is going to go up now. It's only going to go down. No offense, and this is no
offense taken, because I'm one of them people who said we should have cashed in. Yeah. Because I watched the game yesterday against Everton. For me, 100 million, we could have done the business with Ali Hal, who tried coming in for him. We could have done the business with them. That whole midfield, we could have absolutely just restructured the midfield. Because Bruno, he went back into his getting the ball, one pass, trying to hoof it up. And he wants control. Yeah. Amorims wants control in midfield. You ain't going to get control with a player like Bruno Fernandes.
No, you can't. Like, remember, I think a couple of weeks ago, I think we were chopping it. And I was saying, to be fair, if I were United, I wouldn't necessarily be looking at the striker. I'd be looking at solidifying the midfield. And then just leave Bruno up top. It's like, roam around, cause chaos, play some nice through balls.
I think they tried doing that yesterday.
Oh, did they?
They tried doing so. They started off with Mbeumo one side, Cunha one side, and Bruno behind. So
it's kind of like an inverted sort of...
there was like, everyone was just, I think, false 9, if you want to call it.
Yeah, false 9.
But everyone was just, for me, it wasn't fluid enough. That's why I think he wants the striker to be that vocal point. Yeah. But the issue is with that, where do you put Bruno? Because if you drop him back, because I know you mentioned it, you wanted to drop him into midfield.
No. I wanted Bruno out of there. Sorry, I wanted him as further forward as possible, and then at the back have your whoever.
Because for me, if I give you the team, let's say my ideal side 11, Euro, one of the centre backs.
Oh yeah.
Even though I've still got question marks about him, he's one of the centre backs. On the left. Right now, if Martinez is fit, even no question marks about him as well. He starts left. Then in midfield, you put left wing back Dogu, right wing back. I don't care what everyone says, but he's been playing there the best. But Amad Diallo, right wing back.
Okay.
Then you sitters. you put Manu there, and this is why I'm saying we need a midfield. We need a bodyguard for Manu there.
Yeah, Ugarte. I thought Ugarte was going to be
there.
there.
Guy, brother. I'll be honest with you. He's not that guy.
But what about like the hype that came with him? Like,
there's a reason why PSG sold him. There's a reason why PSG sold him. Look at PSG now, the midfield now, the controllers, Vitinha.
No, they're all just maestros.
Yeah, exactly. Ugarte is not that guy, bro. I'll be honest with you. So, we need a midfielder. I'll leave that as a question mark. And then, before Manu,
go on.
the problem we've got now is Cunha on the left, and then Bruno, and then you need a striker. Because Mbeumo, we could start with him up front. He can play that position. So then again, when you bring a striker, where are you going to play him?
And see,
take Bruno out. You've got Mbeumo behind the striker with Cunha, and then you've got the striker there.
Yeah, I think you could just play Mbeumo just to build a partnership with Ahmad, like in that sort of, like on the right. Like I said, for me, it's like don't bother buying a striker because
I think he wants the options.
I don't think you've got the facilities to be thinking about options, big man. I'm sorry to say, you don't have the.
They put me through last season. Bro, I didn't even want to watch it anymore. People's calling me saying you watch United. I'm saying, bro, I don't even know. I was going in there into watching some of these games. I was thinking, I hope we don't lose.
But see, here's the thing. But one thing that I'll say about the team that you have right now, you have a few magicians, and including Bruno, in terms of, in my opinion, I know last season you didn't score a lot of goals. But that's because of also the egos that are distributed around your team. That if someone runs, I'm not going to run. Or if they run more than me, I'm not running, or I'm going to run less than you.
That's a culture.
So like all those things, so you can get rid of those things. However, on the pitch, yes, you've got centre backs, but that midfield, for me, that's why I was comparing it to us, right? I was saying the reason why I'm not worried about our signings is because our spine is so solid.
Strong, yeah.
You know, like just as like all the like from Salah, I guess it's not a spine because obviously Salah, but from attacker, we've got a Marshall in attack. Midfield, we know we've got Marshalls in midfield that we can trust. In defense, we've got Marshalls that we can trust. Keeper, we know we've got Marshalls that we can trust.
Yeah.
Whereas it looks like with United, most of the trust comes from the wings and the wing backs, and that's it. Like,
that's what I said to you. You know, when we linked up last week, I said to you basically, in terms of if you with this formation especially, if you can lock down the left wing back and the right wing back, we've got a serious issue going into this season in terms of chance creation. Because in terms of that formation, you rely a lot on them going forward, and if you can lock that down, the left wing, right wing, everything just becomes congested in the centre. Yeah. And if you're playing a low block, you just defend the left wings. Yeah. Dogu goes on the overlap, just stop the cross. Ahmad, stop the cross.
Yeah.
Bro.
but at the same time, like now we can talk about the squad all we like. Now, if we actually just sit down and be honest and be like, okay, like, why is the manager not like changing tactics?
The thing is, I think it's like, the worst thing that Amorims could have done was being too honest. I said it before. He came in, he said, all right, cool. I'm going to come in and this is the formation I'm going to play because it's Wirtz and this is the formation I'm going to play. He should have just come in and said, this is the formation I'm going to play for right now, but obviously I'm just going to assess the squad and see the type of players that I've got if they're suited for this formation, and then I'll take it from there. And for me, if it's a case of he's going against his principle if he changes now, because the media are going to look at him. The media are going to look at him and be like, "Yo, you came in and you said you were going to do this."
He put too many boundaries around himself for no reason.
For no reason. He should have just done what Arne Slot did. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to check the team out for the first year, this, that, and then we'll see.
Let me just work on them. Let me see what I've got. And to be fair, like last season, remember we didn't even make no transfers. But like I said with Amorims, I think.
It's too honest, man. I appreciate this, but it's just a formation now with the skill set of the players that he's got. For me, it's like there's only ever one manager who's ever won the Premier League with using that formation. Yeah, and that manager was Conte with Chelsea. If you look at the spine of that team, Diego Costa up front.
That was a solid.
They had
he was Hazard. A nuisance, yeah.
He had Hazard as well.
Yeah.
And in midfield, you had Kante.
Yeah.
Bro.
He was just everywhere. Like, that's what I mean. There's marshals in every line of the pitch. So that's why for you lot, it's like, to be fair, even if you look at the first line, which is the keeper.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm a defender, I'm already mad at you, fam. Like, if...
They say if you ain't got a good goalkeeper at the back, it makes the whole defence nervous.
And that used to be our issue before, because obviously before it got Alisson.
Yeah, you've had Kyrgios, you've had Mignolet.
Yeah, and that was...
Been through it.
We've been through it. Here's the thing, even Kyrgios, I feel like that's what unsettled everything else. Yeah. It was because we know at some point he's going to make a mistake, isn't he?
And that's Onana, bro. A shot's going to him, I'm thinking, is it going to go underneath his legs?
He's just going to do a madness out of nowhere. Like, everything would be good, having a good game, everyone, like, good passing, good moves, good goals. Yeah. But you know what, if that ball, it could be a pass back, it could be like a ball that he should be catching.
Or just go through him, I don't know, bro.
Exactly, and that's where, like for me, I feel like that's where United are in trouble. However, on the other side, because I feel like United could also do a madness in the sense,
one game a week.
Especially if you decide to be like, you know what, we're going to block all the noise, we're going to play counter-attacking football. I know everyone is talking about pressing, we're just going to protect and then get them on the counter, because guess what? Individual players, especially going forward, you have very good individuals.
The thing is, are we strong enough to play that type of football?
That's why mentally it needs a bit of mentality. And
are we strong enough? Because that's what it comes down to. In terms of playing counter-attack, but you have to sit in a lot, soak up a lot of pressure. And if you've got Bruno as one of the two midfielders with Manu, because for me, Manu has to start.
He has to.
Based on what I've seen pre-season, he's gone to the gym, he's trimmed down, got lean.
Because that was the only issue. It was just like he was getting bullied off the ball.
But in terms of him, he needs to start. But like I said, he needs a bodyguard. And for me, if you ask me, who is signing in that position?
Yeah, like right now, based on the play, like no transfers, just right now. The season's starting tomorrow.
Who we sign?
Yeah.
Based on the money that we could use to buy Ollie Watkins at Aston Villa, we're looking at the wrong player for that team. We need to go out there and say to Aston Villa, here's 50 million, give us Amadou Onana.
I don't think he's going to leave. They just got him, and to be fair, I wanted Onana because he's just legs.
To us first, bro.
He's just legs.
And this is what I mean about United's transfer. Whoever controls it, he was at Everton, and then he moved to Villa. Why didn't we try and sign him before he moved to Villa? Yeah. And now Villa are going to try and bully us for how much.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get out of that.
But if he needs to look at it in a way, it's like Aston Villa, they're not got European football. Is a team gone as far as it needs to go? Because you've lost Duran in January. You've not really made any signings. So where do you go from there? Like, I feel like the ceiling's hit with Emery.
Yes, but then no. He might have hit the ceiling, but there's a glimmer of hope things improving again. Why? Because Emery is a very good manager, and remember, he just arrived at Villa last season. He just got there. And Villa,
I think he's been there 2 seasons now.
Is it 2 seasons? 2 seasons, but and also Villa are not necessarily a club that are strapped for cash.
But the thing is, can they spend that cash? They're in the same predicament. Yeah. I think they're a little bit better than Newcastle.
Yes.
In terms of spending that cash, is it available for them there to spend the cash? And based on what I've seen so far, this transfer window, I think there's restrictions. Hence, that's why Asensio, they had him on loan, never made that payment.
No, it was on loan, including Rashford.
So,
but here's the thing, that once again, if it were me, if I look at the two managers, I would rather stay with Emery than United. Wait till things get better.
You say that.
Yeah,
you say that. Would you not want to be part of what makes it better? Is that not a bigger achievement by just arriving there when everything's already rosy? Do you not want to be part of that rebuild? Because if you do, and United get back to where they used to be, just like 80% of what they used to be, you're going to be seen as a hero
You're going to be seen as a hero, but then again...
Aston Villa, where do you go with Aston Villa? Where do you go? There's nothing.
Like, remember, like...
Respectfully.
Well, to be fair, respectfully, it'll also be down to age. That's why I was saying to you earlier, you could look at the Matatas who are like 28 towards 30.
Yeah.
Because at that age, it's a lot easier to convince those people. However, the player who's young... It's like certain element of it is, you know what, you've seen, how many times do we have to see players go to United, get worse, go to United, get worse, go to United, get worse.
And I feel like that's what Sesko's going through right now. He's trying to make a decision, United or Newcastle.
Yeah.
He's looking at his life, he's looking at his wage, he's looking at his, where's the manager going to fit me in? I just say go back to Barcelona, bring Rashford for a weekend and say to him, taking China White. Taking China White, you'll change his life, bro. You'll change his life.
Yeah,
there's nothing in Newcastle. It's not going to get better for Newcastle as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
no, I hear
there's
you.
a lot to consider as a young player when you're a team like United are coming in for you.
Yeah.
And not a lot of them can handle it. Simple as that.
But, okay, so quick one for you. What's your take on Douglas Luiz? Would you take him in United?
No.
Why?
I had this conversation at work today. Every name that's thrown out there consistently, Douglas Luiz, Amrabat, I remember that, 2-3 years ago, everyone was like, oh, but let's sign Amrabat. I used to see a clip of him running after Mbappe. Good. Bro, he was not good. He ran after Mbappe for the first 10 seconds. Watch the whole clip.
I know.
Watch the whole clip. I saw that on Twitter every single day.
The funny thing is, he was also being linked with us because our midfield was... I'm not going to say it was dead. I'm going to say it was dying. But like Amrabat, he made a meal out of that World Cup. Like,
no, for me, it's just like, watch these players properly. Obviously, people are going to say, go back to his time at Aston Villa. But his time at Aston Villa, why are you I always ask, why are these big teams selling these players?
Like happy to let them go.
Yeah, he's been there a year. I don't think it's a wage issue because why would you buy him in the first place when he's wage? So it's like, you need to ask yourself, why did Casemiro get sold by Real Madrid? He was coming to his end of his time.
And no, remember like what you said earlier about the resale value. Yeah. That's what I mean. The recruitment doesn't suggest it's thinking about resale value. The recruitment is going by, is it a popular name? Yeah. Could we, quote unquote, trust it? Cool, let's buy him.
Yeah, for me,
they've done it in the big stage.
You don't buy Douglas Luiz. He's too similar to, he's a ball player. But I think we need to destroy because we've already got a ball player.
I feel like he does have the destroying aspect to him.
To an extent.
Yes, he's going to give
He played with Kamara next to him. Kamara is a destroyer.
Yeah, I hear that.
We've already got a passer there. If you put the right person next to him, you've got Mainry there. You just he needs a body.
Someone who's going to win the ball, give it to
someone
him,
who's
win
athletic,
the ball.
Someone who's tall, because this is another thing I was saying to my boys.
Believer in our Brighton.
Believer, you ain't gonna get him for cheap, and this is what I'm saying. What, take Bruno money,
flip it.
But it's
I hear that.
Who am I? I'm not in charge of transfer, you see. So
I hear that.
For me, we should wait one more year for Believer. I think next season, even Adam Wharton will become available.
I feel like, you know, the way this season has been kind of a strikers market. I feel like next season's gonna be a DMs market. It could be a double whammy because if he has a good World Cup as well, this World Cup year, fees go up.
You know, fees go up. If he has a good World Cup, you're paying double what they usually call in the year before. So
I hear that. Because to be fair, we could do with the one. So, question for you: Arsenal. Thoughts? What's your take on their transfer window?
Arsenal is another one. I said last season they ain't gonna win it. This season I'll say it again, they ain't gonna win it.
Do you think they're gonna be worse off this season than last season?
Do you know Arsenal, the bridesmaid who turn up to the wedding every single year and they never get married? They're waiting for the ring every single year, but they never get married.
Yeah, they might.
It's a mentality thing.
Without being funny.
Okay, put it this way.
It is a mentality thing.
At Arsenal, stronger than Liverpool. Liverpool need to be very bad because for me, I think they're going to win it again. But Liverpool needs to be very bad in order for.
Yeah, things have to go wrong.
Really, really wrong.
And for that. I hear that.
Put it this way, if Gyökeres bangs goals, Arsenal got a chance.
Yeah.
If it goes the other way, left, then they're definitely not going to win it. And then people are not really talking about City like that.
Yeah.
See, Pep's gonna come back here because he's got a point to prove. He's gonna come back this season. He's got a point to prove, and everyone's forgetting Chelsea as well.
Oh, see, like I feel like a dark horse is Chelsea.
Chelsea, they need to go and sign Donnarumma, and they need to sign.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, what's going on with Donnarumma? Because
Donnarumma,
I thought everything was all good, and then it's like, oh yeah, he's.
The thing is, I think he's in his last year of his contract. Yeah. And talk about selling value. You see a good team, they say, listen, we don't care what you did last season or the season before that. Yeah. We need to get some money for you. So we're selling you. We want 30 million and we'll replace you. And they've replaced him already.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, they've just bought a goalkeeper from Lille who was linked with Newcastle.
Oh yeah, I feel like actually a few teams are looking at him. Were you lot not looking at him?
I think we were looking at it at some point, but obviously...
Yeah.
So for me, it's just like... Donnarumma, I think they're only selling on the basis of he's in his last year of his contract, and I don't think because of what he's asking for, I don't think PSG are prepared to pay. So let's just cut our losses. So if Chelsea really want to be considered as that team, they need a goalkeeper because I do not trust Sanchez. I don't know, but Sanchez is not that guy.
I feel like Sanchez has his moments.
Club World Cup final, he's brilliant.
But once again, like, I know there was a game that was a few weeks ago. I mean, it was brilliant but in terms of stopping the ball, but in terms of where he's sort of powering it to, not brilliant. Like for maybe I'm just being critical, and I'm not a keeper. Like at times it's like, you know what? I feel like even with his saves, I sometimes look at him and feel like there's room for improvement.
I think Chelsea got the same issues United. That whole goalkeeper situation is going to make the back nervous. Because if you look at Chelsea's Reece James is a bit like 50-50 sometimes.
And I think, to be fair, are they not playing him in midfield these days?
Yeah, so he's dropping in as more almost like an inverted.
Because the other day, that's when in that game he actually played as a midfielder, and then they played Gusto as the right back.
But that was a one-off game. I know everyone's saying Chelsea this year. If you play PSG three times out of, you'll probably win one and lose the other two.
Oh yeah, but then again, credit to Chelsea. Chelsea are that weird team, and actually, funny enough, a couple of last season, even Slot said like one of the harder games was against Chelsea, and for me, I think it is Chelsea only because they are very unpredictable.
They're young, man.
They're young, and their players. Excuse me. I feel like no one has gotten a grip on how their players change, and because they change them so often, it's like you don't know.
They really play.
Yeah, like you know what I mean.
And this season is going to be even more confusing because if you add Xavi, Simmons, in there, and they're trying to sign Garnacho as well.
Yeah, so are they playing without wingers then? At some point, we just midfielders, attacking midfielders, or
so it's pretty hard to say. But for me, it's a case of if they buy a goalkeeper, because they're buying everyone else but a goalkeeper. If they buy a goalkeeper and potentially another centre back, Chelsea could do a madness. Yeah,
Chelsea could do a madness. Yeah. But then at the same time, can we argue that playing in Europe is going to test them? Because remember, last season, they pretty much had two teams. Like, yes, we're saying Chelsea props, they've done well in all the competitions. However, they basically had two teams, one for the Premier League and one for the Cups. And they only started mixing up players maybe when?
I think in terms of the quality of the players, it's different. Yeah. It's like Newcastle right now. I know obviously everyone's going to say Newcastle this, Newcastle that. Newcastle are one injury away from having a disaster of a season.
Yeah, I'll agree. And to be fair, their window hasn't been
windows,
great.
Everyone's basically rejected a move to there. And I don't blame him. There's not much in Newcastle to do. So no wonder Isaac said, yo, I'm going on strike because I need to move away from this place.
But see, I feel like they should have just played ball in terms of that one. Yeah. Because for them, I feel like they need to work their way up the table in terms of we're going to sell the big assets. Yeah. Because I feel like what they're doing with Isaac, it just might leave a bad taste to any potential player that might be considering. I'm looking at
Guimaraes. Guimaraes, he's got, if this year, I'll be shocked if he's there next year. Because he's a player. He's a player. Yeah. And Newcastle, I know one of my boys did a piece on this. Newcastle are shopping in the wrong market. They should be going all around Europe, trying to grab the
up and
coming
youngsters.
Players,
Yes, that's what I mean. Even if they are overpaying for them, like for example, like you remember whenever, let me see, young player. Actually, to be fair, the Sesko is a good example. However, I feel like Sesko is a bit too established in terms of the market value.
Yeah, I could throw some names out there Newcastle should have looked at. But obviously, he was looking at Bakayoko, but I think he's gone to Leipzig. He was playing at PSV.
Yeah, to be fair, that's not a bad one. Yeah,
that's Kubo as well, who's a Real Sociedad.
Yeah.
These type of players, they should be pinching them off.
They should be focusing more on the recruitment and then understanding that, we're going to flip them. However, we're going to be sustainable even when we flip them.
And that's what's costing them, because they haven't got enough in terms of FFP. They're not making enough money in order to... So they're not making enough money in order to buy.
Yeah.
So if you sell, it's like 100 mil, 120 mil or whatever it is.
They should have just took it. I'm not even like being biased. Like I feel like they should have just took it, and it's not even being about a little bitch to the bigger clubs, but it's understanding the hierarchy and the politics. Because, like I said, now, like, because even Sesko could be thinking, what if I move to Newcastle, bag, and next thing I'm held hostage?
This is what I mean. If he's going for 8 mil. In 2-3 years' time, if he bags, how much is he going to go for then? Yeah.
No, how much is he not going to go for? Because they're going to be refusing. And then he'll be thinking, fam, like, because the Isak story could repeat itself if he was sold.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
With Sesko. So I feel like for them, they just need to also like keep in mind how they actually handle business.
The situation,
Because it could go south easy.
Yeah, it's one of those situations. But we'll see how it plays out because, like I said, they should be pinching players from big European teams, like your Leons, I think Leon, Lille, all these teams, like flipping the money and then try and be
and grow like that organically. No, I agree.
Like Brighton's model.
I was going to say
because they've got Champions League football, so.
Because Brighton, they are self-sustainable and they just keep making peas and they're still coming up towards.
Even players like Semenyo from Brentford.
Yeah.
Players like that.
Yeah. So, question for you. Question for you. So, should we look at Spurs? I feel like Spurs.
Tottenham got a good manager. They've got a good manager, and they've got potentially very good players.
I think they've got a very good players if they gel, if they gel, if they gel, injuries. Obviously injuries. But I feel like they've got a good squad there. I feel like they could either be better or be actually. You know what? I guess the ceiling is quite low because remember they only started from
below us. So.
Yeah, they finished what was it 16th?
16th, yeah.
So if they finish 16th,
they've got Champions League football.
Yes,
it could be a hindrance. It could be a plus for them as well.
Yeah, I guess that's why they're buying so many players right now, trying to make sure they prepare.
They've got a good team. I've always said they've always got a good team, but they bought well. Kudus, he was my number one pick for United.
I would have took him.
I would have took him. Newcastle should have took him as well.
Yeah. That was before I knew we had the Wirtz money. I know Salah just missed a penalty.
He's taking off penalties, man.
I mean, to be fair, we've got a few penalty takers.
Yeah. But, going back to with Tottenham, they've got a good manager. If they get coached properly...
Yeah, because Kudus could be a problem.
Kudus could be a problem.
Kudus could be a problem because that boy could dribble.
He's powerful. Hey. And this is what I was saying. I made a piece that I put on the Limitless Gym website about Kudus. I was like, United should be looking at him for that number 10 position.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because, I mean, like, although Maddison is injured, it actually might present a very huge opportunity for Kudus, depending on who they're going to play. Because they also have, what do you call him, Kulusevski.
Kulusevski as well. I forgot about him. He was tailed off towards the end, but he had a decent season last season.
But, like, I feel like, well, initially when they bought Kudus, I thought, is he going to rotate with him and say who's number one on the right wing? But the 10 position, both of them can play it, and I would give it to Kudus because he could dribble.
Yeah.
He could carry the ball.
He was a good player in the wrong, I won't say wrong team, in a bad team last season with West Ham. Yeah. But if you put him in a better team now, he's going to shine, bro.
Like, here's the thing. I would actually say, I don't think West Ham was a bad team. Yes, I mean, on the surface in terms of playing ball, it was bad. But I feel like it was actually a hangover from playing 2 competitions. And I feel like they overexerted themselves given the size of their squad. They're like to me it didn't look like the players. I feel like the season didn't represent the players.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at Bones, I'm looking at the Kudus, I'm like I'm looking at Paqueta, I'm like, dude, you
know what? You just said it there. Paqueta. I don't know if anyone wants to go near him because of the whole betting situation.
Oh yeah,
he's another player.
I see you're not looking at him.
I think they were looking at him before the whole issue.
Yeah, I feel like there's still room for him in City.
I don't know. I think Reinders, the guy that they signed from AC Milan's got that on lock. But yeah, Jarrod Bowen's literally carrying West Ham now. He's like the main guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like the left back. I watched him yesterday, Diouf, Senegalese.
Oh yeah.
Left back. Oof, he can play.
Yeah.
He can play. Him and Wan-Bissaka on one side.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka is one player that you almost ruined.
But I did say, let's be honest. For me, in terms of relegation, I think they're going to be there. And I also don't think Nottingham Forest are going to be as good as they were last season as well. So, yeah there's a lot of factors.
But you know what? I feel like the team that could be... Well, I mean, we're going to have a proper episode.
We'll talk about that in terms of relegation, dark
But
horses.
it's the team that pretty much got stripped for everything they got, including their manager.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they... I don't see a way out, but like we'll talk about it. We'll chop it like in more detail. And then which team did we not touch on? We touched on Arsenal.
We touched on Arsenal, Newcastle, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, Man City.
Man City. I guess. I mean, we touched on it briefly.
Skidded over.
We tangent like over it. But then again, like, I feel like when you're looking at City, it's the fact that we know what the manager can do.
Yeah. And I think,
and we know that, and also outside of the manager, we know what the striker can do.
Yeah, and last season he was injured a little bit, and they were missing the main man.
And he still had 20-something goals.
Yeah, he still bagged. So with Hjolund like fully rested this time round, and Rodri back as well, and he's a special player, Ryan Cherki. Oh. He's going to be better than Wirtz. I'll put it out there. He's going to have a better season than Wirtz. But we'll come back to that.
Let's not do that. Because here's the thing. There's a hot take. I feel like if he's doing better than Wirtz, there's going to be... It means there's issues at City.
Yeah.
If Cherki's doing... I don't know how to pronounce his name. But if he's doing... Because it means to me he's not listening to Pep and they're going to implode.
Maybe it's just a case if he's found the manager and the manager's found him and he said, yo, you talented, you just go and do your thing. Just go and do your thing. Go and do
I think I said to you before, I feel like Pep is the type of manager that says...
That's control.
You got to earn it.
Yeah.
You got to earn it. Because, like, you got to remember, there's Phil Foden that I feel like he could also play a similar role.
But Pep doesn't mind a maverick as long as you're...
The maverick needs to earn it.
Yeah. As long as you're putting in the work, because he's being questioned a lot about his attitude, etc. If he's putting in the work, and plus he can be that maverick as well, I think he can.
And there you go. And unfortunately for Cherki, like sort of the media has already kind of branded him as someone who's not well behaved. So that's what I mean about they might just decide to pick on little things, or maybe he's not passing to this player. Next thing, there's a huge thing going on, or maybe he decided to shoot and Pep is shouting on the side,
and then they'll make it a big
and
thing,
then it's gonna be because we know he's a maverick.
Then again, it's obviously up to Pep to obviously try and shut that down. You get me? So for
Pep,
me, I just feel like naturally, in terms of, like I said, we'll have that conversation next time around. If we're looking at both players, because for me, it's like attacking midfield, that position. Odegarrd, Wirtz and Cherki. If you used to rank them, bench one, sell one and start one, you get me? We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
Yeah, we'll come back to that because I feel like it's borderline unfair because we haven't seen them in the league. However, if we've seen them play football. Yeah, we've seen them play football. For me, I feel like Cherki, I feel like it's aesthetically pleasing when he's playing ball. Yeah. It just looks easy. He's almost like a... do you remember Dimitri Payet? That sort of... Everything happens with ease with him.
These French balls are all like that.
I know. But at the same time, I mean, I'm sorry, Odegarrd, for me, would get sold. It's not even a major conversation. However... the potential that Odegarrd had, it was insane when he was on the come up. But you can leave that over there. You can, however, he's getting sold because he's not. Doesn't seem like he's fulfilling the potential. Now, if you're looking at Cherki and Wirtz, I feel like you can build a system to go with Wirtz or alongside him or around him. If that makes sense.
And if you're going to put it out there to people, Cherki, Odegarrd, or Wirtz, who are you choosing? Sell one, buy one, bench one, or start one?
So for me, who's going to start? I'm going to start Wirtz.
Are you being biased, or are you just...
It's because I feel like...
You're being biased?
No, like, let me just find my words. Let me find my lawyer hat on. But no, I just think like with Wirtz, I feel like there's coachability in that. And if I have, like, I would bring in Cherki as the game changer.
Okay.
If it was my team.
Okay. I
would make sure, okay, now the system that what we had planned didn't work, I had Wirtz.
How much are you buying for? 120?
Yeah.
And Man City bought Cherki for...
No, that's not fair.
It is fair.
No. I'll tell you why it's not fair. Going back to what the media did. The media did this to Cherki.
No, I'm not saying it's in terms of price tag, it's his fault. I'm saying in terms of how much was paid for Wirtz, I wouldn't have paid that much for him if you look at his stats. Because he's pretty much got the same stats as Xavi Simmons. And he's costing half of what Xavi Simmons is costing. But Xavi Simmons is another one we could have thrown instead of Odegarrd, to be honest, in that conversation.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. I feel like Xavi Simmons is good, but you know who...
I don't know, I've not seen him.
No, wait. I think he's good, but he is not extremely talented. Because I feel like when we're looking at Wirtz,
in terms of technical ability,
yes, I feel like those players, like the players that we put up top, like the three, for me, I feel like they are clearly talented.
Is Wirtz just getting more media attention because he won the league with Bayern Leverkusen, and the two that we're mentioning, Xavi Simmons,
yes and no,
and Ryan Cherki, they didn't really get accolades like that for their respective teams at that time. So we just basing it off that league run, because if you put Wirtz in the Lyon team, would he do the same as what Cherki did? Oh, actually, let me put it this way. If you put Cherki in Bayern Leverkusen, would he be just as good as Wirtz? If you put Xavi Simmons in Bayern Leverkusen, would he be as good as Wirtz?
No. That one I could happily answer. I don't think.
No.
I'm going to answer that one with Vim, because I don't think Simmons would have laced the boots that Wirtz did. However, I feel like Cherki, that's very comparable. And
I know you've got a soft spot, man. It's fine. Do you see, like, Cherki better than Wirtz? It's okay. No. How about this question then? If Liverpool bought Cherki instead of Wirtz, would you be happy?
No, I wouldn't be unhappy.
Just as happy?
Yes, I would be.
He likes Cherki.
No. Like the reason why I say that is because I feel like he would fit in our team like a glove, because our forward line or our attackers are typically Mavericks anyway. We love Mavericks, and for me with Wirtz, it's almost like you gotta blossom.
Yeah.
Because historically Liverpool, when it comes to forwards, it's just Maverick City.
Right.
Because we could go through the list. So I feel like he would fit in that sort of Maverick playing style. Whereas Wirtz, I feel like Wirtz is just like a talented kid that he might need a direction, or he might need, not necessarily that he's a confidence player, because the way he plays, one thing that I'll say about Wirtz that he has over Cherki and everyone else, when he has the ball, it's almost like, have you played against these players that, like, for some reason you just cannot reach the ball? You can see it.
You know what they're going to do before. They know, what they're going to do before they even touch the ball.
Yes, that's one thing I'll give him. Like with Cherki, like, you're going to do that and then he's going to counter it.
Like, make it look silly, bro.
Exactly. Like, I feel like those are the layers of talent.
To be fair, the respective teams, Liverpool and City, they were both interested. One was interested in the other,
and I feel like without seeing what the season holds, if it was another sort of timeline, both of us, we wouldn't have been surprised if they signed Wirtz and we signed Cherki.
Yeah.
It would have been like...
Vice versa.
It makes
fair
sense.
enough, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But now the question is for me is, is that personality that would fit at Liverpool, would it fit in City? Because everyone knows Wirtz would kill it at City, especially with the coaching of Pep.
So he's not going to be disobedient because Pep, like I said, he likes to control these players. We've seen it with Jack Grealish. We've seen it with Ibra. Ibra did not like...
Yeah,
he's a maverick.
Even you can argue even
Jack
the
Grealish
Yaya
is a
Torres.
maverick as well.
Yeah,
so.
you can argue even Yaya Torres.
Yeah, if you step out of line...
So that's where I'm
I
at.
think he's changing now. He has to change.
Maybe, but at the same time. So now I know we coming to an end, but at the same time, I feel like it's interesting because Pep has said he's leaving in 2 years.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. He's changed. He's in the way it's like I've done what I've done. Now it's just like I don't really care now. Like let me try something new.
I don't feel like managers like Pep can afford to not care.
You'd be surprised, man.
But they might be more inclined to try something new, which is when you're looking at the grand scheme of have City done well. Hard to tell. However, let's not forget, because people forget, right? Like, Liverpool spending more than City in this transfer window, blah, blah, blah. Man City spent 250 mil in January.
Yeah. Forget about Mamouche as well, man. Oh.
So, and also, to be fair, sorry, just to close on Ekitike, if Mamouche is doing so well, it gives me hope that
different type of
different type of player, but in the sense of we can play Ekitike as a 2, rather than on his ones up top.
And that's what I'm saying. That combination could work as well.
It could work as well.
Because they're both good with the ball at the feet. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll develop it.
No, hope you enjoyed.
It was a great chat. I enjoyed it.
Hope you enjoyed the episode. And if you made it thus far, do like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you again next week.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's that.
Okay.